Hey everybody, welcome back. So, Octopath Traveler 0, I had no interest in it. Absolutely zero. Trailer did nothing for me. But I did relatively enjoy Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. So what happened? Well, I just kind of got burnt out after the first two games. After putting, 100 hours into the second game a couple of years ago, I just was kind of done with the series for a long time. And I wasn't expecting a new game so soon. So when I saw it, I was just like, oh man, more of this again. I mean, don't get me wrong, more of the same can be great, but just for me in this instance, it isn't. And I saw, the town building mechanic, and I'm like, oh my God, this big town building subsystem in what will probably already be a really long game, just wasn't doing anything for me. Gave me I probably have PTSD from all the farm sim heavy Nintendo Directs I've seen over the last few years. And it just had no interest for me. The 8-person party battles looked kind of interesting, but kind of gimmicky, but again, just not enough to bring me in. Long story short though, I have really kind of evolved my position on Octopath Traveler 0. I'm actually really excited for it now. And maybe if you're burnt out, maybe you should be too. And that's a result of just investigating about what the game's about and from playing the demo. So I'll give you my kind of evolution on why I'm excited for it now from someone who is just done with the series. So the town building element really threw me, and maybe it did for some of you as well, because I eventually heard this game was 100 hours long with its story. And I was like, oh my God, 100-hour story. And then we have this big town building element to it. And at that time, I thought it was just a subsystem, something you could do on the side. I'm like, oh my God, this game is going to be totally out of whack. It's going to be off balance. But after learning that the town building element is intrinsically or deeply tied to the game's main narrative and the game's core systems, its RPG systems, I'm way more intrigued about the game now. And I'm way more invested in the town building element, since it is deeply tied into how the game works. I like the idea of going through the main narrative, doing all the side quests, recruiting characters, and building your town all at once, instead of just having it be this side element like housing in Final Fantasy XIV or something like that. So now I'm invested in the town building mechanic, especially after seeing the narrative beats that go with it. Yes, I'd heard kind of what happened in the town and the circumstances for why you're rebuilding it, but after playing the demo and experiencing the story and seeing it firsthand, yeah, I'm all in. Then there's the 100-hour story. I don't know about you, but when I heard that shit, that did not do a thing for me at all, and it still has me quite worried. Yes, I know that this game is based off of the Champions of the Continent mobile game for Octopath Traveler, and that story, from what I hear, is very highly regarded. Very, very highly regarded. So that gives me hope, but very rarely is there a 100-hour RPG or JRPG, and obviously this isn't just main story, this is counting everything else you can do in it, that keeps my attention for 100 hours. Usually I'm getting severely burnt out, and I think that's why I like a lot of old JRPGs so much, is because they have that sweet 40, 30, 50 hour time limit, and I don't get as burnt out as easily. And even games that are shorter that I wish there was more of, I'm sure by 100 hours I'd be freaking done with it. So hearing this is, again, if I read this and heard this correctly, if this is a 100-hour main narrative, good luck. I'm hoping for the best. I've heard great word of mouth, but that is still something that concerns me. So yeah. So the final two things that got me excited were the recruitable characters when I learned about them, and then eventually the 8-person party battles. So with the recruitable characters, at the announcement trailer, when we see them all show up for the first time and they're all on that cliff, and we see characters from the first Octopath Traveler game, I was like, what kind of weird worlds colliding fan game is this? I was hot taking this trailer super hard. I wasn't loving anything about it. But then when I learned that these characters are in fact not only recruitable, but they have their own backstories, then I was super interested in it. Knowing that these characters actually have a place in the world, and they're just not like nameless characters you can buy from a mercenary outfit or something like that, got me really excited. And then finally the 8-person party battles, and then learning that we got a front row and a back row, and you can switch characters between rows, and you can learn different abilities and then equip these abilities to different characters, had me way more excited. The battles are also faster, with brave points being accumulated much more quickly. A lot more strategic play going on with the battles. So having the battles kind of be faster, a bit more strategy to them, and being able to equip different abilities in them, it could be the change I needed for the battle system, because it was still one within Octopath Traveler. The first two games didn't grab me as much as I hoped it would. So with everything I've heard about the game, that has me excited for it. The town building now sounds good. The main narrative focus, 8-person party battles, recruitable characters. I'm way more excited for this title now. If it was just an Octopath Traveler 3, man, I'd be dragging my ass to play that game. It'd be so far back on the backlog. But Octopath Traveler 0 has jumped up quite a few spaces because of everything I've heard about it. And then after playing the demo, The demo felt like an Octopath Traveler game. We didn't get to really get too deep into the town building or the 8-person party battle system. We didn't get to try a lot of that. But the main narrative pulled me in, got its hooks in me a little bit. I want to see where the restoration and revenge storylines go. The good word of mouth also has me hooked. So yeah, I can't freaking wait to play it now. And hopefully maybe after learning a little bit more about it from this video or somewhere else, maybe you guys are more excited too. I've definitely come a long way, because if it was just Octopath Traveler 3, that shit would be so far back in the backlog I wouldn't be able to see it. Because it's like, what, 4 pages long now on my goddamn Word doc. But now it's jumped up quite a bit forward, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. I don't know if it'll be 100-hour long good, but I think I'll be able to get through it. I mean, I finish every game I play anyway, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comments. Bye.